Knee pain. Oh, it's a pain in the butt, coach. No, it's a pain in the knee, but I'm going to help you in this video. I'm going to take you on a little journey and show you with a couple of basic household tools you can fix that knee pain, because I've done it with not just one or two, but hundreds of people, clients of mine who have knee pain in the front, even when they've got their saddle at the right height. Right, first of all, tools, what are you going to need? Well, a multi-tool, or even a mini multi-tool as I've got here, a tape measure. Yes, most folk have got them. Extra little special tool if you've got one of these. A hockey ball, a golf ball would do, a rolling pin. I want you to understand the biomechanics of your body, because without that, you're not going to go anywhere, but I'm going to keep it real simple. What's going on? Why does low saddle height give knee pain, coach? Well, it's because of compression, non-elongation of the quadricep. Oh, what's he talking about? Right, think about this. As you pedal through the stroke, you hit peak torque. When does that happen? Peak torque, peak power, right? So think of that as 90 degrees to around about 120 if you're on a road bike. Once you go through the flat stage of the pedal stroke, boom, and you're driving. If there's not enough room for the length of your femur, oh yeah, you bought your bike on the height of yourself. Nobody mentioned your femur, did they? No, they didn't. Okay, and when I do my saddle height, I'm measuring it right up to my crotch and my foot and... Let's not complicate it, right? Just listen, right? So as we go through, there's not enough room. So we get this banging. So think of this hammer, and we get this build-up of inflammation, this dripping of inflammation around about the patella tendon. It becomes really sore. You get off your bike, after an hour you think, my knee's okay, I'm fine. And you're out dancing at the disco. They don't do discos anymore. No, everybody stays indoors and dances to Zoom. Whatever you do in your spare time, got it? You go back on the bike. Boom, half an hour later, oh, my knee. You move your saddle again, oh, it doesn't really help. First thing, you've got to understand you are a warrior and you're addicted to stimulus. If you're not on your bike, you're weak. If you're not on your bike, you're losing fitness. If you're not on your bike, you've got FOMO. What's everybody else doing? You've got to remember, stimulus is not just about being on the bike. We can get stimulus in lots of other ways to progress our fitness. So in this acute phase, you've got to stay off your bike, right? So this is what I would do with my clients. My knee's sore again, coach. Right, you stay off your bike. 3 to 5 days. That's all it'll take for most people. Okay, if it's any longer, you're going to have to go and get some medical help. 3 to 5 days. Now, you might need to take medication, some anti-inflammatory medication. In the first 24 to 48 hours, you want to get ice on your knee. You want to put ice around it. There's a whole complex synovial membrane, synovial fluid inflammation. We won't go down that road, but just understand it's going to balloon up. That's actually a protective measure that the knee's got, but that puts pressure inside the knee and it's sore. So we're going to keep that inflammation down. After 48 hours of that ice, hey, you can do cold compression and then heat. 30 seconds cold, 30 seconds hot. Do that for 3 minutes. Do it for 3 to 5 times a day. And what that does is it vasoconstricts, vasodilates, closes, opens, closes, opens. This helps with blood flow because your knee, it's like a Scotsman giving out money. There's not much there, right? There's not much blood going through it, so we have to feed the muscles around it. Yeah, oh, is that why people with big quadriceps don't get much knee pain? Well, partly, but think about that feeding of oxygen. It's not on the bike though, coach. I want to be back on my bike. Stop being a fanny. Understand, you've got to go through this acute phase, okay? I'm going to give you some stimulus in a second. So you feed the knee, right? Oxygen, great. You're using your medication, brilliant. Now, I want you resting from the bike, but I want you active. I still want you moving. So what you're going to do, even on day 1, you're going to walk. Yeah. Do you remember that? When you were sent out to school, you're going to walk. It's 15 miles, Dad, and it's raining. I did it in my bare feet when I was a boy. Okay, right. But all you're going to do is 30 minutes. If you can't walk without pain, you can't cycle without pain, but you're going to get it into your mindset. You're going to start to understand your body. Here's what you're going to do. Day 1, you're just going to walk 30 minutes. No pain, great. Day 2, let's get it up to 40 minutes. You're going to do this until you can get up to 1 hour. 1 hour of walking, maybe even brisk walking. Hey, you've got your stepper out now. Yeah, I'm going to get my 10,000 steps. Off I go. No pain. Great, you get 1 hour. You're going a little bit faster. You're then going to try and introduce steps. If you've got steps near you in your local area, if you've got them in your house even, you're going to start to do some steps. And this is going to put a little bit of extra pressure on your knee. You get an idea. Okay, no pain, great. Stick with the medication or stick with the cold and the hots, but get walking. You can't get back on the bike until you can do a good, brisk hour with some steps included in your route. For a lot of people, this might take a week, might take a little bit longer. So that's that initial acute phase. Now you're going to do something else in the acute phase. Oh yeah, you're going to look after your feet. So we're going to start with your feet. So if I take my ball, I want you to understand that in your foot, from your big toe to your heel, this fascia, this muscle here is tight, or tight, tight, as we say, right? And we're going to try and release it. No better thing than a ball, okay? You don't have to go and pay £250, dollars, euros at some Thai massage parlour to get a foot massage. Oh, you get other things there as well. Now all you're going to do, you're just going to roll the fascia and you're going to find how tight it is, because boy, it's going to feel sensitive. You're going to start to release that. What's that got to do with my knee? I want to get back on my bike, coach. It's going to really help you. It's going to help relax that foot. There is a kinetic flow of energy that goes through our body. Unfortunately, yours is finding a weak point in your knee. Yeah, you've got that weak point. We're going to start from the feet, we're going to work up. So you're going to do that every day. You might even do it twice a day. You're going to really lean in. When you find a sensitive point, hold on to it and try and relax that foot. And where you can, around the house, or as much as you can, take your shoes off. Do not have anything. In fact, get your socks off, get your big smelly feet out and start to walk around in your bare feet, because it can really help the stability of your feet. Now what's this got to do with my knee, coach? Come on, man. Right, we're going to miss the knee out and we're going to go to your ass. Here's the thing. You got your saddle height. You got a bike fit, didn't you? You got your height right, but your knee's still sore. All people, okay, I mean, I'm going strong out here. I've got a little bit of a tilt on the pelvis. There's a little bit of an uneasiness in that tilt, right? What I mean by that is, on your dominant side, a lot of people have the knee pain on the dominant side because they press harder on the pedals on the dominant side, because somebody in their group, fucking Bob, he's gone off again on the climb when we're in our local club ride and you're pressing away. You'll lead with the dominant side. You've got a lead eye, a lead hand, and a lead foot. Yeah, you're leading with it, right? So what happens is, we're a little bit tilted. So that's why you get pain in one side. You're not getting it in both knees. It doesn't make sense to me, coach. Surely if my saddle's not the right height, both knees would hurt. Well, some people do have both knees hurting, but most people it's one. If your pelvis is tilted, how the hell did that happen? Well, you fell over when you were drunk once, you fell over when you were chasing girls at the school, or boys, or dogs, or sheep, as they do in some places in Scotland, I've heard. But the thing is, it's tilted. Now, bear with me, okay, stay with me. What's happening is, as you go through again, so think about this peak torque, as we go through, there is a relationship in the leg. What is that relationship? It's an arranged marriage. What the fuck is he talking about now? All your muscles from birth were put in an arranged marriage, and your quadricep married your hamstring. A muscle can only pull at a joint. It cannot push. So the quadricep contracts, that means gets smaller, and it straightens the leg. The hamstring contracts, and it bends the leg. And this movement takes place at the knee. So the knee movement is controlled by quadricep, hamstring. There are other little synergist muscles going on there, but that's the relationship. Now the quadricep, it's got a big leather jacket on and it's a big cool boy. It's big strong, yeah, look at me, down the gym, yeah. The hamstring, that's a bit like me. A little bit of a scarecrow, hiding in the corner, lifting a broom handle. Yeah, look at me, I'm strong. You get the idea? So this quadricep dominates this action. Boom, hamstring, oh, it's weak. So the pelvis is all over the place if you've got one side even stronger than the other, which again, most people do. But here's the killer. What people don't understand is, think of this in a nice straight line, because the knee does everything in a straight line. It's not built for sport, can't go side to side, although, you know, some of your dancing, dad dancing can do that, but it's not your knee moving, okay? In this forward plane, the patella moves. Slides up and down. Imagine like something like this, like an elastic band here. The patella, okay, is attached by tendons. Boom, so up it comes, down it goes. Up it comes, right? So think of it sliding. A little bit of cartilage behind it, sliding up and down. It's tracking. Yeah, it's tracking, it's moving, right? You ever had a Skelectrics car thing when you were a kid? You press the lever too fast and the thing shoots off, hits Granny in the mouth and her false teeth fall out into her gin and tonic and she drinks the whole lot. Oh yeah, those were the days. Right, anyway, this action here, okay, means this is getting tighter, okay? Up here, because you're not stretching off. It's not your quadricep. You can't stretch muscles, by the way, ligaments and tendons. This hip flexor, oh, I've heard about the hip flexor. You're always talking about stretching it. This is getting tighter. So here, as this gets tighter, when it starts to bend, the patella, it can't actually track properly, and it's been pulled to the side. So it's doing this. It's coming off the Skelectrics track because you're addicted to the stimulus, because you're getting back on, your quadriceps are developing. You're doing stretches to your quadriceps, but you're unaware that that's only giving you mild relief. It's the hip flexor and it's the glute. It's your ass that's causing all the problems. Let me ask you this, you got problems with your IT band? Yeah, same bloody thing. Everything's now just been pulled off of line. So during the acute phase, you got it? You've got your ice, you've got your cold and hot compressions, you've got your walking, okay? Now, you've got your foot, you're rolling the ball on your foot. You've got to start looking at hip flexor. You're going to start to relax the hip flexor. You're going to add in some hamstring stretches, okay? You're going to add in some hamstring resistance work. Little TheraBand, yeah? Going to do some work with the hamstring. Then you're going to do some glute work. You're going to do a basic squat, okay? You're going to do glute bridges. You're going to do exercises every single day that's going to align everything to try and work in a straight line, because it makes a difference. Once we're ready, we're going to get back on the bike. So this is phase 2, the build phase. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to ride your bike in the position that you had it before, you came off. Don't move the saddle. 30 minutes, okay? Because when you rode your bike the last time, your knee didn't hurt straight away, did it? No, it came on. It came on after about 20, 30, 40 minutes, coach. So you're gonna ride it for 30 minutes. Now you're gonna do this ride indoors if you can. If you've got an indoor setup, great. If you haven't, stay close to home. 10 minutes away, 50-minute turn, come back. You're only gonna be going zone 1, zone 2, nothing too strenuous. Then what you're gonna do is, if you can do this with no pain, 30 minutes, I would recommend 3 rides, 30 minutes every single day. No pain, great. But you stick with the foot rolling, you stick with the glute work, you stick with the hip flexor work. You got to build that into a 3 to 5 minute routine every single day. Then you start to expand, and you're going to get up to 1 hour on the bike. That could be a 30-minute out, 30-minute home. Don't go too far away from home. These are routes that are just close, or you're doing it indoors. However, here's what I want you to do. After 30 minutes, stop, undo your saddle clamp, move your saddle up. 3 to 5 millimeters only. I mean, we're talking about just a tiny little nudge up. Tiny little nudge up. And then you're going to ride that final 30 minutes. And you're going to get the feedback of having that little bit more room to elongate, to finish off the quadriceps big job. Because now you're all loose and sexy. Yeah. Hips are feeling a little bit looser. Glutes are feeling a little bit stronger. I'm going to give you another little tip at the end. Stick around for the glutes, okay? We'll find out if you're a fanny sitter. Yeah, what's a fanny sitter? Oh, I'll tell you in a second. But the idea is that you're starting to give that little bit of room, because there is still potentially the wrong saddle height in there, and we want to help that. Here's the killer that most people don't do. For at least another week or even 2 weeks, every single ride you come home in, I felt great today, darling. And she's probably thinking, thank fuck for that, because you're a miserable git when your knee's sore. I don't care if you feel great, you're going to pack the knee in ice, okay? You're going to keep it in ice for a week or 2 after those rides, because this will just help. The knee is so sensitive. Oh my God, it's got mental health issues itself. It's, oh my God, it's so weak and fragile. Look after it, okay? You protect it, it'll look after you. Just pack it in a little bit of ice. Get your own little ice pack in the freezer or something, and just, 10 minutes or so, boom, every ride. What about the other one? Just whack it on there as well. Don't let it, if it's feeling left out, okay, it's not going to do you any harm. And this is just going to help with any lingering inflammation that's there, that's possibly going to cause you a problem. It's that simple. And that's it. You just keep going. Do you put your saddle back down? No. If that feels better, you're like, wow, this is great. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. I'm now flowing. Now, if you're out on the road and you think, oh my God, it's got sore, what do? You stop immediately and you take your shoes off. Take your shoes off, make sure they are not too tight and they're causing a compression. Take your shoes off, sit at the side of the road or just stand and walk around. If, you've got the ability to carry a little golf ball or your hockey ball with you, great. Roll your feet. Relax your feet. Sit down, then get back on the bike, okay? After, you got it, move it up another 3 to 5 millimeters. Ride home. Get yourself home, okay? If you can. If you need to phone for help, don't phone me. But it's that easy. Now, I mentioned about the glute. Are you a fanny sitter? So here's the average person sitting down. They sit down, and what happens is, we collapse. We collapse. I want you to make sure that you don't collapse. That's a fanny sitter, yeah? Chin's coming out, everything. So basically, the glutes are switching off. When we roll forward, you can actually feel it. Put your hands on your ass. Collapse, roll up. Can you feel your pelvis? No, coach, I've got 15 pounds of fat on my ass. It's not like your skinny couple of snooker balls in there. Right, okay, you get the idea. Just feel it, okay? Now, when you're there, can you tense your glutes? I can. I'm 54 years old. I can feel muscle there. Can you? If you can, you've let your glutes run out the house, okay? Come on. Most important muscle in cycling. Now, here's what I mean about fanny sitting, right? When you go to stand up, do you do this? Hands on your legs. Make old man noises as well, or old woman. And you stand up. That is a sign that you're not using your glutes to stand up. So eradicate that now. So in the acute phase, bring your heels back and stand up through your heels. Do not put your hands on your legs. Come up. You're using your glutes. And every so often, when you're around, maybe just on your own, tighten your glutes. Yeah, tighten your glutes. Give your glutes a little exercise because your glutes support you on the bike. They're your posture. They're going to level that pelvis and they're going to help that tracking of that knee. Hey, look, I know I'm running through this really, really fast and throwing lots of things at you, but I do have a presentation. There's a link floating around somewhere. You can dive into that and that'll take you on a journey with much more time, but also lead you towards my Bulletproof community where I will let you in for free for 7 days, give you a look around, and I've got so much bike fit information in there as well. Okay, I hope there's something in that video that you can use that will help you alleviate that knee pain. There was a lot in there, I know. Okay, but I've got more. There's another video floating around that will take you on another journey, a journey of longevity, a journey to show you that speed, fitness is there for you, and it can all be pain-free. This has saved me many a time.